So, this morning, as it's Monday, let's talk about this thought that I do always have, mostly on Mondays, because it's the separation between the weekday and the weekend, and how the weekend is so much more fun than the weekdays. And there's so many things that I want to do in life and with my time that an issue I always feel is I don't have enough time to do all these things. And I have no idea, as life progresses on, it's almost like you have less time and less time to do things. You get more responsibilities. You buy a house, you get kids. Do you know what I mean? Their kids have kids. There's so much, you grow older, you get a business, or you try and increase your income somehow. And there's so little time almost in a day that it feels a bit of a waste going to work and spending 8 hours at work each day during the week. And then you have this weekend that's so great. Yeah, so much more fulfilling, I guess, or so much more fun, so much more peace, so much more freedom. And every time not every time it gets to Monday, but when it gets to Monday, sometimes it's like, oh, bloody hell, gotta go to work. And even that even comes from someone who enjoys work or doesn't mind the work that he does. I don't go to work and I'm like, oh my God, I hate this. It's not like that for me. But yeah, it's all right. Decent. Sure, I would like to be doing all these other things, but this is a all right substitute. And I always try and think, what's the point of this? Because the thought that goes on in the back of my mind is almost like you're not fulfilling your potential. You're wasting your time. You should be doing more. You should be trying to get out of this rat race of working 8 hours during the week and only living for the weekends. Which isn't what I'm doing, because I do enjoy my weekdays. I just wish I had more time to do different things that I love. I want to go start playing football again. Or maybe I want to try something new. One of my friends asked me, do you want to start some boxing? I would love to start that, but I don't have the time during the week. I almost don't want to give up some time that I have on the weekends, because the stuff that I do on the weekends I also enjoy. So it's like, man, trying to battle with this time of, God, I've got so little, yet I want to do so much. And with my mind, what happens is it's like trying to manage stuff, and you're looking around and saying, where's the waste? And the waste is the 8 hours of the day that you're doing something that's not like 100%. Oh yeah, I do this. If I weren't getting paid, if I didn't have the money weren't a thing, would I still be doing this? When there's all these other things that I could be doing. It's a difficult one to manage and to sort through. But the solution that I've come up, and could be a solution, it could also be an excuse to not get out of this 9 to 5. But I just think what goes on in my head is, right, you get out of the 9 to 5, you now have freedom, you now can do whatever you want. Your problems don't go away. That's clear and evident by these people that have it, and they talk about it. They say, oh, you just get more problems, and you probably just have the same amount of problems. So to me, it's almost, I don't cling on to this solution that once you get out of the 9 to 5, that's it. You've done it. Life's going to be great. No. It's almost like you've got to sit with the problems or sit with the life that you have now, and also not just be hoping for the future. Oh, can't wait for this. Right, when this time comes, I'll start living. You got to live now. You've got to do something now, and that mindset of trying to get out is what you're trying to get out of. Realistic, what are you trying to get out of, and how long is it going to take? Sure, you get some people that are lucky and get out of it quickly, but again, you've not got out of something. You've just moved from one area to another area, and if you're just constantly trying to get out of all this negative feeling or this almost feeling of I've got to do more, you're never going to be happy in life. You're never going to be at peace because you're always saying, I need more. What I've got now isn't good enough. So that always leads me to believe that nothing's really going to change when you get out of the 9 to 5. Yeah, sure, it's going to get a little bit better. You're going to have a bit more freedom. If you've done it, you might even have a bit of money to spend and you get a bit more joy there. But have you then learnt the skill of appreciation? Right now, I'm trying to reduce how much I spend. And I don't spend that much. But I'm trying to reduce what I do spend because it's like you do just get into this habit of spending more, wanting more, spending more. Right, you then manage the budget and then you say, right, now I can spend this. Whereas I'm trying to reduce, you don't need that. You don't need that here. You don't need this there. Learn to appreciate not having those things. Learn to appreciate what you've got. And by doing that, don't get more. Appreciate what you have. And I kind of feel the same about the 8 hours I spend at work. It's like, maybe sure, try and get out of it. Try and make money and have freedom. Don't get me wrong. That sounds like a great life that I want. But don't rush it so much. It's going to take a while. So you might as well sit and enjoy what you're doing now, or try and find some peace in it. Try and find some joy or content, a good feeling about it. So you're not dragging each day, or each day doesn't drag, should I say. That quote of, like a man that learns to love to walk will walk 1,000 miles. Something like that. That's completely not right, but I do never get the quotes right. It's like the journey. Talking about the journey. Talking about the man that loves to walk for that journey, who loves to enjoy almost the process. To me, that's where I see the success. That's where I see that's what you're meant to be doing. And I say, if you didn't have these 8 hours in the week, how good would your weekend be? Because for each of these 8 hours, let's say, per day, you go, I wish I was doing this, I wish I was doing that. And then the weekend, you actually start doing those things. You can go, finally, thank God for that. Can't believe I'm finally doing it. And you can get so much more enjoyment, so much more appreciation for it when you start thinking like that. You almost have to dread some of the hours during the week so you can be excited for the weekend. To be like, yes, finally I'm doing this, doing what I want to do. And I don't think I'm not fully sure on it, but I don't think I'm that against living for the weekend. If you live for the weekend, if you can fully appreciate the weekend, if you can fully feel everything that's happening, once it, before it's even happened, or, in the past, in the present, and in the future, when you're reminiscing backwards on it and going, oh, yeah, remember that weekend where we just did that. Like right now, I think the weekend I've just had, I'm like, yeah, it was good. That's another form of appreciating what's just passed. And I'm not saying, when you go a bit far with that, you can say, well, you can have an awful week, like an awful midweek, and then your weekend's going to be great. So yeah, I'm going to suffer extremely. Maybe that'll get you there. But to me, it's always trying to reach a balance of things and say, okay, let's not have the weekdays. Let's not have the weekdays awful. Let's not be dreading every day. Let's not be suffering and doing something we don't want to do. Let's find a bit of a balance and say, well, let's find something that I don't mind to do, that I can find the joy in, that I can find value in. And that's what I feel. I'm like, yeah, if I had to choose, yeah, sure, I'd be doing something else with my time. So would all of us, but you'd get used to that and you'd be wanting more. How many hours does it take for you to feel that freedom, for you to feel what you want? If you only have to work 1 hour a week, how many hours do you lose that you don't appreciate? Compared to someone who has 8 hours that they have to work or has 40 hours that they have to work. I always imagine the people that have to work 50 hours, 60 hours a week. How much do you appreciate the time when you don't have to work? Can you? And that's quite valuable that I see. That's where the value is. It's like just try and appreciate the time that you do have. Because, if you don't have a time when you're forced to do something that you wouldn't choose to do necessarily, would you really appreciate the time when you can choose? Again, they're the shoes that I'm not walking in, so I don't know. It's only almost a theory. It's only what I'm thinking. Do you have to learn how to appreciate first, so that when you get your freedom and you do get your time, that you can appreciate it? And that's what I'm trying. That's what I try and do every Monday, is say, yeah, it's completely fine what we're doing. We find the value in what we're doing during the week, and we say, yeah, I'm okay with it for now, or I am okay with it at all. But yeah, anyway, peace.